Hey there, Gemini. How's it going? Hope everything's going good with you and yours. Welcome to your week of May 2nd, your general 2022 weekly reading. I don't know where I was going with that sentence, but we got there. I think we got there. But anyway, we're going to start things off with a couple of oracle cards here for you. Then we're going to go into your past, your present, and your future energy and clarify all that. So hopefully something in here resonates with you, and if it does, that's awesome. If it doesn't, hey, it's just not part of your message, so no need to worry about it. But if it does resonate with you, that's awesome. If you're new to the channel here, that's awesome. Glad to have you aboard. If you're old hat to the channel, old face returning, thanks for being here. Glad to see you back. But if you want to stick around, you can hit that subscribe button, and that way you can find me a lot easier every week in your subscription feed rather than searching me up at random through the week here. So without further ado, we're going to be getting into your reading here. It is a general reading though, so of course if it resonates, wonderful. If it doesn't resonate or parts of it don't resonate, it's just not your message, so no need to worry. Maybe something will resonate a little later on in the reading, but not like right away. So be sure to stick around in case. But we got the owl spirit and the bee spirit here saying, with the owl spirit you see clearly now, and with the bee spirit saying sweet results await. So that is good. I feel like you're really making a move here in the future for positivity in your life. I feel like you're really heading towards something very beautiful here, because you are seeing clearly like what your purpose is, or what you're trying to achieve, or what your goals ultimately are. And speaking of goals here and journey, we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is really your card for the week, saying you can overcome any challenge you face. You can overcome anything, any obstacle, anything you can imagine. You can overcome this because you see clearly now, right? And I think that's really beautiful. So starting off your week here in your past energy, we got the Page of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Page of Swords here. So 2 pages here, maybe dealing with some folks in your life, maybe a couple folks a little younger than you here with these pages. So it could be an Earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or an air sign, fellow air sign, which would be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Excuse me, sir. Oh, now he's just going to go hog the camera. He's upset. But, oh, no, he's coming back. But with these, it just feels like maybe you're dealing, maybe working with some people in the past here recently, or maybe encountering some people in the past who are really kind of have that youthful exuberance that we all wish we still had, for those of us of a certain vintage. But I feel like, or it can be just people who just have that kind of youthful enthusiasm as well, even regardless of their age. So that's really nice if you're dealing with those kind of folks, especially with the Wheel of Fortune here. Feels like it's a very fortuitous time to be encountering these people in your life here, which is great. If not, if you're not encountering those people, the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords really talk about future focus, growing, talk about bringing things to light here, getting clarity with that Page of Swords, which is really interesting because you see clearly now with the owl spirit. So it's almost as if you have had your head in a fog for a while, but now you're starting to clear the air. You're starting to really see where you need to be. And with the Page of Pentacles, I feel like it's something to do with the future. It's something to do with something you want to grow and something you want to build up here. With the Wheel of Fortune here, again, good time, a good fortunate time for this. Maybe even just making your own luck at this time, which is great. All right, so let's get some clarifiers going here. Let's clarify this Page of Pentacles here. See what's happening. Page of Pentacles. What do we got for Gemini? Gemini, we got the Knight of Wands clarifying the Page of Pentacles. So definitely doing something for yourself. This is something your future focus. That's something you really want, something that you're going after, something you're doing for yourself, which is great. Let's clarify the Page of Swords. See if we got going on for them. Clarifying the Page of Swords, we have the Knight of Swords. Look at that. 2 knights in your reading, and the 2 fastest knights. I feel like this is something you're building up very quickly. Like, this is whatever your future focus is here. Yeah, you're finding out cards aren't so easy to stand on, eh? But whatever you're focusing on here, I feel like this is something you're building up quite quickly. You're getting clarity quite quickly. You're really doing this for yourself, and it's moving along in a hurry too, so that's great. And let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune lastly before we move on to your present energy here. And we have got for you, oh, we got a pop out. We got the 4 Swords here. Yeah, this is definitely something where I feel as though You got blessings coming in for you, especially with that stained glass mirror up in the corner here. It's really saying blessings are coming in for you. You're being quite blessed at this time, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. It's a card of luck. It's a card of things churning in your favor here. So we're moving on to your present energy with the Hierophant underneath of Journey here, the Tower, and the Four Swords again. So again, those blessings continuing on into your present here with the Hierophant and the Tower. It's also talking about how there is a change here for sure, and it's something you're learning at this time. You're really, I feel like, you know, maybe in one sense you're really learning to take care of yourself more, because the Four Swords is also a card of rest. It's a card of, you know, building yourself back up, healing, you know, not just like physically, but spiritually, mentally, all that good stuff. With the Tower, again, yeah, this might be a big change, a change that you need, right? A change that you need to realize, you know. I feel like a lot of people, especially the way like the world is, where like we want instant gratification, we want instant success, we want instant everything. It's okay to take your time. It's okay to, you know, your goals are still there. You know, everyone feels like things are fleeting because they feel like, you know, we live in that age where if you're not having instant success or success by a certain age or something, you feel like you're a failure. You feel like you haven't accomplished anything. And I've been right there with you. I remember a guy you may remember as well, named Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was a professional wrestler. He's retired now, but Stone Cold had his neck fractured, or maybe even just straight out broken, and like when he was like really building up momentum back in like the late 90s. And instead of like taking the time off and resting like he should have done, he didn't go back out and wrestle, but he would appear every week on the show when he really should have been home resting and taking care of himself, because he was afraid that that his like shine and his star power and stuff would go away because he wasn't around, he wasn't on TV. So like he really had to, like, he felt like he really had to be there all the time, which did end up working in his favor. But the thing was, it really put a shortener on his career. Like it really did a number on it. So and that's just something to kind of consider here, is like, are you willing to burn out, you know, to get what you want, but you don't maybe get it for as long as you could have? Whereas if you take your time, maybe you have success for a long time, which is like the opposite of a guy like Randy Orton, who's right now a guy who has been wrestling for 20 years on like WWE, which he is like has said recently that he wants to be the guy who's done it the longest. Like he doesn't want to be like at that level too. Like he doesn't want to be the guy that's like, oh, I've just been here and around for the longest. It's like, I want to be here like competing at like the top level for as long as possible. And I feel like that's maybe a better goal for you here, is like just slow it down a little, I feel. All right, so let's get some clarifiers going. We'll clarify that Hierophant first. Underneath Journey's belly, what do we have for you, Gemini? Clarifying the Hermit, or the Hierophant. Hermit. We got the Tower. Yeah, big change here. You're learning a lesson and making a change because of it. And with the Tower repeating, there's a big change here for sure. And it's a change that has to happen, right? We're tearing down the old, we're building up the new, right? So let's clarify our tower here, our first tower. Let's clarify now we got two towers, like Lord of the Rings, right? Here we go. Orthanc and Barad-dûr, I think they were called. We got the Devil, and that's interesting because the Devil is also over here lined directly up with the Tower here. So this is a change for sure with the Devil. It's kind of telling you, I feel, to have more fun, because the Devil can be a card of, you know, manipulations and feeling chained to things, but the Devil can also just tell you to have fun and play and enjoy yourself. So I feel like that's really what's happening here. Is like you're working hard on your future, but don't get too consumed by it. Like remember to play, remember to make time for play. As they say, no, all work and no play make Jack a dull boy, right? So, you know, you don't want to be in that kind of a situation here, even if your name isn't Jack. So, and you're not a boy. But let's clarify this for our second Four of Swords here and see what we got going on. You got the Strength card here. Yeah, like make sure you're resting up so you can be strong as much as possible. So you're not here, what are you looking at? So you're not here worrying about you know, so you're not, you know, weakened. So you're not in a bad position. So that way you're at your strongest as much as possible. That way you're having fun as much as possible. That way you're in a good mindset as much as possible here. So in your future, we got the Three of Wands, the Devil, and the Moon here. Really great. I love this. Again, the Devil telling us, hey, let's just have some fun here in the future. Don't worry about it. And don't be chained to working all the time. Again, I feel like that's an important thing to remember here too. The Moon, you're walking your own path. Maybe not seeing everything maybe not seeing the future as clearly as you'd like, but you are on the right path here. And with the Three of Wands as well, I feel as though there are good future results coming for you here. Like you can see the ships coming in for this person. So I feel like you are heading towards those sweet results like the bee spirit was telling us here. So that is lovely. Let's clarify these. Let's clarify that Three of Swords. Three of Swords, Three of Wands here. Maybe the Three of Swords will come out. Maybe I called it. Maybe. We'll see. How weird would that be? If I've called the Three of Swords to clarify that. Oh, it's a pop out too. Look at this. Watch this. Oh no, I was close. I was close. It's the Seven of Swords. Yeah, just be careful how you handle things. That's going to be a big key for you here, right? It's just be careful how you handle stuff. He's holding on to those swords by the blades. Always a good reminder that, like, you got to be careful, right? If you handle it by the dangerous end, you got to be careful how you're going to do things here. So just be aware of that as well. Clarifying the Devil, we got... Oh, we almost had another pop out. Clarifying the Devil, we got the Hermit. And I called the Hermit earlier too. When I meant to say the Hierophant, I said the Hermit. Yeah, you're focusing on your dreams. You're focusing on the future. Solutions are a lot simpler than you might think too with the Hermit, right? He's kind of got his feet frozen in the ice there. All he has to do is bring his lantern down and that would thaw out the ice there so he can move on so he wouldn't be stuck. So just be aware that sometimes if you feel like you're stuck to something, the solution may be simpler than you think it is. It may not have to be this big complicated thing. A friend of mine, just as a lovely little story here, to get kind of a side tangent. A friend of mine one time, he kind of deals with like depression and anxiety and stuff, and he'll get to points like where we go to have like a gathering or something, and he'll kind of work himself up into like a I don't want to do it now kind of thing, where he's like he just doesn't want to like set up a game, or he doesn't want to travel, or he doesn't want to do this, and he kind of feels a bit crap because of it. And he thinks it's this really complicated thing, like this is why it has to be or whatever. And sometimes we just gotta tell him like, hey, like it's just a real simple cleanup, like he's like, oh, my table's a mess and like I just can't bring myself to do it. It's whatever. It's like, well, there's four of us, like there's three of us coming over than you, and it's like we need to clean that up. That ain't gonna take no time. We're 4 grown adults, right? We can do this. And he's like, oh yeah, but I gotta do this too. And it's like, well, we can do this too, and that'll fix it as well. And he's like, oh man. And then so we all went over, did that stuff, helped him out, and we barely took any time out of our game night. And he had a fun time because of it. And it was really a simple solution, really easy to solve. And it's just kind of sometimes when you're in it, right? You're in the thick of it. You don't see it that way. So sometimes things are a little easier than you think here, especially when it's something that you feel kind of chained to. Like you're like, this has to get done, right? And clarifying the Moon, we have the World. You're heading towards a big completion. You're heading towards a big goal. You're heading towards something you really want out of your life here. So that is beautiful. So I hope that helped you. I hope that resonated with you here, Gemini. If you want to help out the channel, hit that like button down below. You can also leave a comment down below. Let me know if this resonated or not, or if parts of it resonated. Oh my lord, I got hiccups now as we're going out. You can subscribe if you're new to the channel. You want to stick around. That's awesome. Always love to have you on board. And you can also check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising videos after this one. See what might all be coming for you in the week ahead. And I will see you, Capricorn. I will see you, Gemini, next time.